And now she's married to a man. And despite what People magazine is saying, Ellen is doing just fine with Portia. They're perfectly happy. Don't let them fool you. But every straight girl has an Anne Heche moment where they meet a woman so amazing. They question everything about their sexuality. My mother's Anne Heche moment was named Kate. We think this is how my sister really got her name. While pregnant, the doctors told her it was a boy. She cried so hard she gave birth to a girl. There are no fathers in my family. There are men who marry mothers, men who leave mothers. Sometimes I think if a man could hold me hard enough, it would make my grandmother feel wanted. When I told my mother at 19 years old that I was going to marry a black man, she said, "It's just so hard." Her throat pinched between finger and thumb of 1968, glass bottles thrown at her head, students writing in the streets shouting her name. I said, "Mama, it's okay. People don't act like that anymore." After the divorce, my mother said the only way a woman in Oklahoma could lose custody of her kids was if she was a murderer or gay. The first time I made love to a woman, we felt like two wooden matches with one eager head, an elegant factory mistake. My grandmother says they used to call lesbian couples Boston marriages. That seems funny to me now. The first time I fell in love with a woman, I held her fist in my palm for hours. How strange that I cannot make a baby with this swelling seed. As I stood next to my love in the state capitol rotunda, as they signed the Proclamation of Morality, declaring marriage between one man and one woman, I wish that I had kissed her mouth so loud that it shattered the cacophony of hymns and protests, but I stayed silent. I stayed silent. If there's anything in the world that poetry has taught me, it is that I can't be silent anymore, ever. I have to speak up for the things that I believe in. I think that art should make you a little uncomfortable. And I think that you should actually have to get a little uncomfortable to make art. And there is no poem that has taught me that more than this one that I wrote when I had read a newspaper article. I was furious. I was sitting at my desk at the state capitol. I didn't know what to do, so I just wrote this poem in probably less than half an hour. And since then, it has been on a lot of websites because even though it's been a few years, it's still relevant because for some strange reason, every year we have more ludicrous things that happen in state governments across the country regarding women's bodies. So this is a poem that I want to share with you, but I just want to tell you ahead of time that it's like about a difficult subject, and that if it makes you uncomfortable or if you don't agree with something, that's okay. But I always encourage people to just like have a conversation about it afterwards. And there's also some violence. I mean, it's real talk, right? Trigger warning, blanket trigger warning for life, okay? I have no idea what is gonna make anyone feel anything or what you're going through, so I just like to throw that out there. But anyway, I wanna share this with you because it's still something that we're dealing with. To the Oklahoma lawmakers who passed Senate Bill 1878, requiring an ultrasound prior to an abortion. Why don't you print out the ultrasound pictures and pastel frame them? Make me take them home and hang them on my wall as a souvenir of the night that is branded like red coals to flesh on my memory. The night when his hand pressed so hard against my shoulder blade, I felt more intimacy with asphalt. Why don't you knit the baby a sweater? Make me take it out and smell it on the anniversary of this day for the rest of my life, to remind me that I chose to be a murderer instead of bringing a child into a world where we kill people in the name of freedom, but imprison people in the name of life. You could pass laws for that too, you know. It's bad enough that I can still see his handprint on my thigh, but now I can see your probing eyes scraping across my cervix, tattooing my womb with shame. Why don't you send me a card every Mother's Day to remind me of how wretched I am? Sign it, your friends at the state capitol, making sure you know we actually do something all day with your tax dollars. Look, I know it must get boring between the Porkers Association breakfast and the oil and gas industry lunch, and I know you need something to do between cutting funding for the arts and passing off your racism as an immigration bill, but I need a little more from you than a piece of paper. I mean, if you really want to show me that you believe in faith, family, and freedom, then why don't you come along for the ride? I could have used you that night. After the football game, me grasping for acceptance, him finally showing me attention. Tell me I'm special, so when he hands me the next drink, I don't look to the bottom of it for approval. Tell me to scream louder, so someone might find us. Wrap me in a blanket when he's done. Take me home. My body a tapped keg, my heart the grimy gym floor after the pep rally. Give me the words to say to my parents when I come out of the bathroom with a plus sign on the stick, and he won't even talk to me. The school hallway is a canyon. Silence echoes in my skull, and I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Take me to the clinic. Sit with me for an hour, filling out 20 pages of questions. Make me listen to the heartbeat. Give me the revelation that that blip on the screen is actually a baby. Take me home when I change my mind. Take me to the doctor every month. Hold my hand in the delivery room. I will name him after you. If you will help me do my homework when he's crying in the next room. Give me food stamps. Pay my gas bills. Put him in an after-school program where he learns he can sell my pain pills. Have mercy on him when he goes to court. Give me strength when they sentence him. If you want to play God, Mr. and Mrs. Lawmakers, if you want to write your Bible on my organs, then you better be there. When I am down on my knees, pleading for relief from your morality.